baseball season already behind us. Let's take a look at who's hot and who's not. Hi, and welcome to Fantasy Baseball Matchup presented by Levitra here on CBSSports.com. I'm Amber Wilson. Just over 2 weeks ago, the Tampa Bay Rays signed the ace of their rotation, Scott Kazmir, of course, to a lucrative 3-year extension, and he sure is proving his worth as of late. The young lefty has been remarkable with just 2 earned runs against in his last 4 starts, all wins. Monday night, the Texas Rangers were his latest victims as Kazmir whiffed 10 batters in 7 stellar innings. He is averaging just over a strikeout per inning. His ERA and WHIP have been steadily declining since his season debut came a month late because of elbow woes. The next time Kazmir toes the rubber, it will be against the White Sox, but he won't have to face Jose Contreras, who has also done quite well for himself in his last 4 outings. Contreras fanned a season-high 10 Angels in 8 strong innings on Sunday, but did not factor in the decision. The 2 runs he allowed against Anaheim were twice as many as he yielded in each of his previous 3 starts, so get him into your rotations and enjoy the hot streak while it lasts. 3 recent call-ups have proven to be valuable commodities in their team's rotations. Bartolo Colon tossed 7 very solid innings Monday night versus Seattle, with just 1 run allowed on 5 hits to earn his 2nd win in as many starts. Daryl Rasner added 6 more quality innings since his recall from AAA, but was doomed by a lack of run support by the Yankees offense for his first loss Monday. Jason Bergman spent a month in the minors after 3 terrible starts, and it seems to have paid off. The Nats starter has pitched 19 2/3 shutout innings since his return with good strikeout numbers to boot. On the cold side, D-backs A's Brandon Webb has had a minor hiccup. His last 2 times to the mound after cruising along to a 9-0 start. Facing Atlanta on Monday, Webb gave up a season-high 10 hits and 7 runs in 4 1/3 innings, just the 2nd time he hasn't made it out of the 5th inning since the end of 2004. Luckily, just 4 of the runs were earned, so it didn't hurt his ERA for the season too much. Nonetheless, strikeout totals are still there, and you'd be crazy not to have him in your rotation regularly. Another ace has also struggled in his last 2 appearances, as Chen-Ming Wong has been hammered for 12 runs in 14 innings. Additionally, his walks are up and his strikeouts are down, and his sore calf might be to blame, although Wong is expected to take his next turn in the rotation. All right, it's time to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll flip the coin and look at some hot and cold hitters. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Fantasy Matchup. Last week, David Ortiz made his first appearance on the Who's Hot list, and this week, another big lefty bat makes his debut. Ryan Howard finally has some power numbers to negate his hefty strikeout totals as he blasted 4 homers with 12 ribbies in his last 6 games. Howard has made more contact with only 7 whiffs in that span, but he still has 75 on the year, and it's not even June. He has a ways to go before getting his .205 average back to respectability. Howard's teammate Chase Utley has been a model of consistency so far this season, but his production over the last 2 days is hard to match for anyone. Utley homered and drove in a career-best 6 runs in a 20-5 rout of Colorado Monday night. That followed up a 1-homer, 3 RBI performance Sunday against the Astros. Pittsburgh's Jason Bay is 12 for his last 25 and his 3 round trippers and 8 RBI in his last 6 games, while Brewers outfielder Corey Hart is also heating up. After just 1 home run in the season's first 6 weeks, Hart has belted 5 dingers in his last 9 games, and he's complemented that with 3 stolen bases. Keeping things cool at the dish is Raul Ibanez, who is 1 for his last 27 with 9 Ks. Seattle's left fielder hasn't homered since May 12th. His average has fallen more than 30 points during that time. It's been a tale of 2 months for a pair of third basemen. Arizona's Mark Reynolds belted 7 homers to go with 24 driven in April, but this month he has just 1 dinger and 5 RBI, while his average is right at the Mendoza line. Joe Creedy's batting average is better in May, but his power numbers will leave plenty to be desired. He's homered just once and has only knocked in 6 runs after getting off his spectacular start with 7 homers and 22 RBI in the opening month of the season. Creedy, of course, missed most of last season with a back injury, and with his replacement Josh Fields burning it up in the minors, it might not be long before the impatient fans on the South Side are calling his name. That'll do it for this week's edition of Fantasy Matchup. Keep it here at CBSSports.com throughout the week for the best fantasy info on the web. And if you missed anything here today, stop, refresh, and rewatch. I'm Amber Wilson.